Hey there, everyone. Randy with Nerds Templar. This is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League, and it is the playoffs. It is the green divisions, divisional rounds, round 1 and 2 today. And that'll be it for divisional rounds for the green. Every division has 1 day of divisional rounds. We did the red already. Green, as always, is second. Got blue and yellow next. And then it's 2 days of league playoffs, where we'll have 16 fighters left altogether. We'll dwindle that down to only 8 left after the first day of finals. And the second day, we will be going through the those last 3 matches, the corridor, semi, and finally the finals. And maybe a few other things too. So what do we got today for you guys in the playoffs? The top of the division is what we got is Bowser 18-2, Kazuya 16-4, Dedede 16-4, Gunners 15-5, Chrom's 14-6 with Piranha Plant. Wolf is 12-8, Mega Man 11-9, and then our number 9 starting that move in middle, Bowser Jr. 11-9, Link 10-10, Villager, Little Mac 9-11, Corrin's 8-12, the last that got into the playoffs, the only 8-12 and made it in. Mewtwo 8-12, Luigi 8-12, Shulk 8-12, and Bayonetta all 8-12. Shulk and Bayonetta are in that bottom 6 though, not moving on next season into the blue division. And we got Toon Link 5-15, Lucina as well. Sheik is 3-17, and Diddy 2-18. They're of course all out. Today, starting things off, we've got Me Gunner taking on Corrin. Me Gunner beat him the first time around. Chrom against Little Mac. Chrom won that. In fact, all the favorites won their matches in the head-to-head in the regular season. Piranha Plant as well over Villager, who he's got here. And Wolf taking on Link. And finally Mega Man against Bowser Jr. And then after that, after those 5 matches, we'll have 4 more. Bowser, the 3 buys, Bowser, Kazuya, and King Dedede. Bowser will take on the lowest of those 5 records that move on to round 2. Kazuya will take on the next lowest. King Dedede will take on the 3rd lowest, and then the top 2 coming out from that first round will face off against each other. And so that will leave us after those 4 matches with only 4 left. Let us see who they will be. Okay, Me Gunner versus Corrin. Me Gunner number 4, 15-5. Corrin 13th, 8-12. The only 8-12, not only the only 8-12 in this division, but the only 8-12 in the entire league that made the playoffs. But he did it in quite good fashion. He had to fight Mewtwo to do it, dropping Mewtwo out of the playoffs and taking his spot. Pretty incredible. Of course, the most daunting task in round 1 here, taking out the number 4, the first without a bye. Oh wow, a nice move there by Me Gunner, jumping on Corrin's head, and then Corrin up B's into the bottom of the stage afterward. 100 on Gunner with the lead at the moment. Super Mushroom on Corrin, Poison Mushroom on Gunner should be enough to launch him. No, but that strike did basically nothing to him. And Poison Mushroom wears off, both normal size again. Corrin down at the moment, but not much. Runs away from the Super Mushroom, then grabs it. And again, not enough for the knockout. 132 on Gunner. Poison Mushroom on Corrin now. Gunner still not really doing much damage on that second stock of Corrin's, though. Now with the Super Mushroom himself, however, 13 on Corrin. Can you do anything? Neither of them do anything. Corrin poisoned. Gunner only does a little bit of damage there. Not much coming out from either of them. Even whenever they get the hits, it doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot, right? Poison Corrin. Dodge it. Everyone's dodging everything. 139 on Gunner. Super Mushroom. Poison Corrin back to normal size. Rinse and repeat. So we had some great matches for the Red Division playoffs. You can go back and watch that for sure. Definitely worth it. And after this, spoiler alert at the end, We'll be taking a look at who did win the red division, and we'll also be looking forward ahead to the blue and yellow, that is, matchups to come next. But once we know the 4 from the green, we'll be able to place those within the 4 from the red who won, and we'll see where they all stand together. For the most part, things shouldn't really change between them. You know, it'll just be about adding in the blue and then adding in the yellow as we go, where they belong rank-wise. Because again, league playoff time, whatever it's down to those last 16, 4 from each division, they are going to be ranked based off their records. And after that, based on their rank in their own division. Corrin bouncing off the bottom of the stage again. Actually, still had a decent shot in this one with 45 on Gunner. He was hanging in there. Wasn't launched the whole way. It got just launched me Gunner at 89 to tie this thing up. He could have actually been in the lead right now if he just recovered instead of hitting the bottom of the stage. But it's okay. He's tied it up. That's something. He's got another super mushroom here. Corrin, is he going to have a massive upset to start things off here? Not have one, but make one, create one, pull one off. Yeah, either way, Corrin about to do it. It looks like, possibly. He's giving himself a great shot. We again saw a lot of this in the red division as well. Depending on either way it went at the end, we saw a lot of close matches. Corrin, no! Be worth going back and seeing which fighters do that the most often, but that's all 3 times for Corrin, whacking himself off the bottom of the stage. And me Gunner is going to win just like that. Corrin had a great shot. Rocking the blue for his new division next season, where we'll also see Mayo Corrin, because his most blue skin on Corrin is this one. So the male one. And it's too bad. It's too bad for him. His playoff run is going to come to an end immediately. Me Gunner, number 4, going to move on. And that's, you can pretty much just see that as like a not necessarily like he had a bye, but it's almost like he was bye number 4, because then going into round 2, he's going to be the one playing the next best, basically, and not one of the bye fighters. So let's move on. All right, Chrom versus Little Mac. Little Mac ready in his new blue trunks. Having a nice end of the season for himself here to end up 9-11 in the playoffs. And hey, he made it. That's what matters. He's got Chrom, definitely not easy. These matchups are going to get easier and easier, closer and closer in record as we progress, though, in this first round. So we had the hardest matchup last there, me Gunner against Corrin. I mean, that's a pretty big difference between them, 15-5 Gunner and 8-12 Corrin. Now, though, got Chrom at 14-6. Already 1 match difference for Gunner, and also 1 match difference on the other side for the 9-11 Little Mac. It's a little more doable, perhaps. Still, though, Chrom extremely difficult. And Chrom, just like all the other favorites in this first round, he has the head-to-head win over Little Mac already. Only matters, it doesn't really matter at all. Just a piece of data, I guess, right? Piece of information. Chrom beat Little Mac once already. So, would maybe not be too surprised to see it happen again, right? 106-94, though. Little Mac keeping close. Keeping it extremely close. All tied up right now. Chrom winning, he would go on to face Gunner, of course. If the top 2 from these rounds win, then they're going to be the ones that end up fighting each other. As soon as we start getting upsets, that's when things will start being questionable. Chrom, nice knockout there, supersized knockout on Little Mac. Little Mac can't return the favor quite yet. 130 on Chrom. Does he get back? Yes. But Little Mac able to pull the super mushroom. Still no knockout. This flurry of blows that will do a 163. Chrom is out of here. It's all tied up again. Little Mac another super mushroom. Some great damage down on Chrom's second stock already. Oh my, 62%. Oh, yeah, that was just a nice uppercut and nothing more. 60% knockout on Chrom, and Little Mac just took a huge lead. An entire percent. Got the stock advantage as well. He just keeps coming in with those fists. Chrom doesn't know what to do about it. Chrom pulls a poison mushroom. 25% already. Little Mac is charging up that bar. He's got a super mushroom. Wow, Little Mac just controlling this entire fight now. All he's got to do is land like 2 good, clean hits and it's over. Especially as that bar goes to red. He's very close. It's almost full super mushroom to poison mushroom though right now. And nope, never mind, normal size. Super mushroom on Little Mac. Look out, Chrom. I can't believe the Chrom is getting destroyed right here. A huge upset, not just because of a massive standings and record deficit difference, but just annihilated him here. And the knockout, he doesn't even use the knockout, it's just a regular old uppercut with the super mushroom. Little Mac just taking Chrom down so easily. He made it look so easy. Amazing. So there we go. Our first upset already. Only the second match in. Chrom goes down. Chrom 14-6. He's out. 9-11 Little Mac goes on. Very interesting. Very interesting. Could just end up, though, because of that. He may just end up being the one with the... In fact, he will be, I should say. He will be the one to face Bowser, because he's definitely going to be the lowest record. Lowest rank, that is, of all the fighters who do move on. No one else can be lower than him. He's got Bowser next. So, you know, it just gets harder. But hey, you're still in it, man. You're still in it. Keep it up. All right, same records, 14-6 Piranha Plant, 9-11 Villager. Should be interesting, should be interesting. 2 new to the league, Gunner, Corrin, Chrom, Little Mac, Piranha Plant, and Villager. Everybody we saw new, first time in the league. Nobody was here season 0 just yet. However, that's going to change after this match. Nice start for Piranha Plant. Villager sporting new blue for next season. And again, what ends up happening, the way things happen, is that the 5 favorited fighters in these first 5 matches in this first round here, all the ones on the left side, they're all in the top 8, and we end with number 8 versus number 9, which means all the underdog fighters on the right side, they're all in the moving middle from 9 to 13. And so that's why we are going to see, for those underdogs here, we're going to see those new secondaries. And we see the ones on the left there wearing their old secondaries, their usual ones, the ones they're going to continue to wear next season in the green here. Piranha Plant, beautiful knockout. Villager probably doesn't, you probably don't want to stand above Piranha Plant like that, or any fighter for that matter. Especially Piranha Plant, just play with those spike balls until it hits you. And down you go. 71% on Piranha Plant. Not much with a poison Villager. 32 on him already. Not looking great. Not looking great. Nice kick there. Piranha Plant, decent recovery. Heavy, strong, decent recovery. Piranha Plant, almost the whole package. No wonder it's a top 8 fighter. And then if we, whoever we see next set in round 2, that is, later on today, the favored fighters will be wearing there, and all the favorites would be top 8. They will all be wearing their, at least in this case, their green skins, their green secondary, just like Piranha Plant here. We'll have the tertiary skins on the underdog fighters, though, which will mostly probably be top 8, unless we have a lot of upsets. But for those who are the underdog, like the moving middle, like Little Mac, we're going to see a new tertiary skin for him. It's different than the one we just saw, if you're wondering. No, Villager just swipes up that spike ball. There it is. Piranha Plant getting him while he's poisoned, and that's another knockout on Villager. On 139 on Piranha Plant. Restock. 146 after that missile, that rocket. Villager struggling here. That might be a knockout. Launched directly sideways, but yeah, man, that Piranha Copter is just so good. It's so good. Recovery. 161. Extendo neck. Doesn't do a whole lot to Villager there. But it's pretty much over. I don't think we'll see a flawless. I think Villager, yes, we'll get the knockout right here with that Super Mushroom. 27 on the final stock of Villager, though, is just not going to be enough. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. Piranha Plant. Oh, wow. What a grab of that Super Mushroom. Piranha Plant extends the neck upwards, snags that Super Mushroom while Villager's about to grab it. And that should do it. I mean, he's already lost the Super Mushroom, but got some damage down. 76 on Villager. 87. He's already within range to be launched without a Super Mushroom. Poison Mushroom, though, on Piranha Plant. That will slow things down. Oh, a nice knockout by Villager there. I don't know if he was supersized for that, but drops the bowling ball directly on Poison Piranha Plant. And he just came right back into this one. 87%, 22 on Piranha Plant. He needs some big hits, but it's so possible for him to come back. Piranha Plant trying to grab the Super Mushroom. No! That is one of the funniest things I think I've seen so far in this entire league. Piranha Plant trying so hard to grab that Super Mushroom. Just run, dude. Just run. Stuck in walk mode, though, and walks the whole way. Walks it the whole way off the ledge. Doesn't matter, though. Piranha Plant, Extendo neck, will get the job done. Down goes Villager. Gave it his all, had a decent shot there. Just not quite able to do it in the end. That was hilarious, though. That was definitely top 5 funniest moments, for sure. Piranha Plant. Oh, man. 442, Villager, yeah, tried to come back. And that's another one going up. And that's, I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. 14 and 6. Had Gunner at 16 and 4. I'm sorry, 15 and 5. And then the 14 and 6 Piranha Plant. Those are 2 records so far. Rank-wise, Gunner is 4 and Piranha Plant is 6. But they have 1 fight yet remaining, of course, in round 2 here today to actually make it into the league playoffs and be ranked within that, because that's of course the only time it really matters. Let's move on. All right, here we got 2 OG Season 0 fighters on our hands. It's Wolf versus Link. 12 and 8 versus 10 and 10 here. Wolf won, with Link, that is, 1 match worse than last season when he was 11 and 9 in the red, and he was just bad enough there to have to move on to the green here. Wolf from the green last season that is, did super well there, 13 and 7. Also dropped 1 match to go 12 and 8 this season, but again, mentioned in the past, I feel like 12 and 8, if you can manage 12 and 8 or better every season, you're not going to be going anywhere. You're going to be top 8 every time. I do say that, however, that isn't even, that I don't think was, no wait, it is the case this season. It came close. The blue, it came close, I believe, is the only one, yeah. But it did manage to happen. It holds true. 12 and 8 is a very strong record. It's not, I mean, it's not incredible. 13 and 7, that's when you're, I mean, you're pretty solid there. You're not going anywhere. Absolutely, 13 and 7. That's where you're getting, like, to a good record. And Link did get the first knockout here. He's at 101, though. Of course, Wolf has the head-to-head. Wolf is poisoned again. Link fighting hard here. Like he's pulling out all the stops. He is not stopping. Just one thing after another. Bomb, boomerang, arrow, sword coming down on Wolf, and that's the knockout. Bunny Hood loses the Super Mushroom. 121 on Link, though, hasn't been knocked out until now. Okay, Wolf bringing it back to 1 to 2 stock at least, and pulls a poison mushroom. That's unlucky for him, but that's the one that spawned while he had advantage. And super mushroom off the side. Wolf! Please don't do that. Back, both of them back to the stage. Wolf needs something crazy to happen here. Bunch of mushrooms in his favor, not the poison mushroom he currently has. Back to normal now. Supersized Link though, oh no, look out. Wolf, that is not going to be it just yet. The boomerang misses. Boomerang misses. Boomerang misses again and again. Wolf off the side, comes back. Bunny hood on Link. Really doesn't matter. We could have done without the bunny hoods and had more mushrooms this season. That would have been even zanier for sure. 80 on Wolf though. It's not looking great. 65 on Link. He has a very, very small chance to bring this one back. Loses his super mushroom. Gets it back again. Wolf. Can he get the knockout though? 86% on him. He's back. Sometimes got to worry about supersized fighters falling off the stage and just not doing anything to come back. Nice attack by Link. 96, 97. What? The bomb connects. A beautiful, beautiful bomb by Link. Sporting that awesome blue skin. I love that. He actually has a couple different options for blue, so it's gonna be a question. What is he doing with his arm there? Great win, Link. And again, as we progress in this first round here, we are getting closer and closer to the same record. Again, they were only 2 match difference. So wasn't as big, but Wolf did win the head-to-head. Link bringing him down in this one. And if you were curious, last season, they both did so well. They both did make the playoffs. Wolf was upset by Pikachu. It was an even bigger upset last season for him. This one he can probably swallow a little easier, but still, he's now lost his first 2 rounds of playoffs as the favorite. Both times now. Wolf, what are you doing, man? Link, though, he actually did this before against Zelda. He was the underdog against Zelda last season. He was able to beat her, go to round 2. And, of course, we had to wait last season for round 2. We don't this season. He lost to Pokemon Trainer then. Pokemon Trainer is not in the playoffs this time. He's going to have a harder matchup for sure, though, because it's going to be in one of these in his own division. And it's not for sure yet, but it is for sure. I take it back. Because what we have is Me Gunner is going to be taking on Piranha Plant. We have Little Mac is going to be up against Bowser. Link has Kazuya next time. Next, literally, in a little bit here. And then finally now, the winner of this next match, Mega Man against Bowser Jr., that match is going to have King Dedede. So let us see who it is. All right, both 11 and 9s here, so it doesn't get any closer. And of course, if we would have fought these matches in the opposite order, if we would have done this one first, it would have basically kept the questions open the entire time who was going to fight who. But the fact that we did them the way we did was the reason we actually always knew afterward who was going to be up against who, because we either knew the next highest or the next lowest after every match was over. So that is why we know this is the match for the one against King Dedede. After 2 upsets and 2 normal wins, what is going to happen in the closest matchup here? Can't even call it an upset if Bowser Jr. wins. Although again, Mega Man has the head-to-head victory here. Also, it's the entire reason he's number 8 and Bowser Jr. is number 9, being that they are the same record. The only 2 at 11 and 9. Link losing last match against Mega Man in their last final matchup to go down 1 instead of tied. If he were tied, then Link would have been number 8 and Bowser Jr. still would have been 9 because he lost. He was number 8. He just had to win in his last match to stay number 8 himself. You see he's now in the blue. Larry. So not going to be here with Bowser next season. Maybe good for him. Go dominate the blue with all the other green movers. Doing really well for himself right now, though. Can't change his fate by beating Mega Man now can, of course, go farther in the playoffs, can even win and do all those great things, but he's still moving either way to the blue. And just, I guess the blue just does not want to see any of that happen, right? You want to see the ones moving into your division do really well. But right now he's doing pretty good. Mega Man able to get the tying knockout, but oh, what are you doing, Larry? Taking the cradle the whole way off of the stage and just giving Mega Man an incredible lead all of a sudden. 72 on him. And oh, he almost get to do the same thing again. The cradle, it's just that it's his machine with wheels, but it does look like a cradle. $116 on Mega Man second. Larry could bring him back to even here, maybe. Has the chance. Bowser Jr. bomb does connect, doesn't do anything at all. Oh man, Mega Man almost ended it right there on Poison Larry. He tried to get the next hit there before he came back to normal size. Not gonna happen. And we're gonna continue the fight. Nope, we are not gonna continue. Larry not gonna make it back. Knocked too far away. He's done. That was actually probably our least close match, right, of all of them. It was probably this. Mega Man, it was close at first because, yeah, Larry was ahead. Bowser Jr. / Larry was ahead there. But after he eliminated himself, Mega Man just won after that. So, good for you, Mega Man. You got King Dedede next. And let's take a quick look at those matchups, what we just saw and what we have to come. Alright, so again, we had Me Gunner defeating Corrin, Little Mac upsetting Chrom, Piranha Plant defeating Villager, and Link upsetting Wolf. Then we had Mega Man beat Bowser Jr. there finally. So what we have is, and this is the order we're going to do them, Me Gunner taking on Piranha Plant, King Dedede against Mega Man, Kazuya taking on Link, and Bowser versus Little Mac. So, got some big differences there. Bowser versus Little Mac, 18-2 versus the 9-11. Let's see what happens. Let's get into them. Okay, for our closest one first this time, went from the biggest difference to the closest match for round one. This time we're going to go the opposite direction, which would be the first two we would have, if there were no upsets, it would have been Gunner versus Chrom, the first two winners from the first match, if we had all the favors win things. But since that didn't happen, it actually gave Piranha Plant and Mega Man a pretty big break, not having to fight even harder fighters. It could have been, if all the favorites won, Mega Man would have been up against Bowser, but instead he's got King Dedede, Little Mac's got Bowser, Link's got Kazuya. I mean, hey, again, as long as you're still in, you got a chance. Even if you got to play Bowser. Gunner right now, after almost losing to Corrin, very close. If it wasn't for Corrin banging his head off the top of the bottom of the stage 3 times, Gunner may not be in this one. Piranha Plant, also in a kind of a closer one, but Villager wasn't quite able to bring it close enough, maybe to make Piranha Plant sweat too much. Photosynthesize too much there, but we do have one down now. Me Gunner taking advantage of the advantage he had advantage of, and now the advantage grows more advantageous. 69% on his first stock. Doing a little more damage to Piranha Plant there. A little more damage to Piranha Plant. 34, 41. Oh, there we go. Piranha Plant, a nice supersized attack from him. We'll even things up almost. Nice attack though from Gunner as he returns 54 on Piranha Plant. Pretty close, 15-5, 14-6. As mentioned, that is the 15-5 Gunner is number 4. Piranha Plant is number 6. Two very good fighters. And again, the 2 top seeds that didn't have buys. These are the only 2. The only 2, I should say, well, there were 3, I guess, that weren't upset by the lower ranked fighters. There were 3, not 2, but Mega Man and Bowser Jr. again, same record. So not a huge, you know, could have gone either way. Wouldn't have been much of an upset if Bowser Jr. won. Gunner and Piranha Plant then. Here they are. all tied up now. 114 to 119. Anyone's knockout here. Supersized mushroom off the side. Piranha Plant actually had a better shot at that one, maybe. Running at a normal speed, hopping around at his warp pipe at a normal speed. This one looks a little more like a pot plant, being that it's like, almost looks like clay color, doesn't it? It's also just like a dark red to go with the evil black Piranha Plant. They're all evil though, aren't they? Whoa, whoa, that was risky there from Piranha Plant, and he's gonna pay for it. Me Gunner is gonna get a couple attacks in there, and it's gonna be a launching knockout. It is hard to get Piranha Plant off any other way. He is gonna do it. Piranha Plant Super Mushroom on return though. It's gonna return the knockout, and we're all tied up again. One stock each. Here we go. Oh, and the Super Mushroom just falls right to Piranha Plant. Me Gunner doesn't do anything to try to stop it, but you better not get hit by anything or you're done. 53 to 51. Anyone's match, especially with the supersized mushroom on Me Gunner, and that's gonna do it. That's all it takes. One mushroom away, and that is it. Me Gunner moving on again. Just imagine, he almost lost that first match. He came close. He didn't, I mean, it was close enough. And now Piranha Plant does go down. That is going to be the higher ranked Me Gunner moving on. Number 6 Piranha Plant, 14 and 6 goes down. Me Gunner 15 and 5, number 4. He's gonna be in that league playoffs. He's our first one. Congratulations, Me Gunner. And that's good. The only ones who can do, of course, better than him are all the ones that had the buys. So Bowser, Kazuya, Dedede, if they all win, then he would be the ranked lowest going in. But still, 15 and 5 is going to get you a pretty nice spot either way. If all the favorites can win from here on out, we shall see. It's not always the thing you see happen, right? I guess we should look at some stats here first. Yeah, it's not common for all the favorites to win, so it's possible we won't see it. These are 3 strong fighters though in Bowser, Kazuya, and Dedede, however. And perhaps in preparation for the postseason of the first season here, you watched the postseason from the Season 0 promo. And perhaps if you did that, you may have seen this King Dedede here go a long way. He had a bye. He was number 2 last season in the green here. Bowser beat him there as well that last time. Even though he had, just like this time, he had the head-to-head against Bowser. He just couldn't quite keep up with him in record. Fallen to 3rd place instead of just 2nd this time around, but still getting a bye. Here he is, going the whole way to the final match last season against Captain Falcon. So that is how good he is. And he's here again, ready to do it again. But Mega Man pulling out all the stops at the moment. And Poison Mushroom on King Dedede is going to give Mega Man a pretty decent lead here to start. 51% only on his first stock. Pretty quick one on King Dedede, only about 80-some%. The Poison Knockout. Supersized Dedede though, can he get that back? Bring it back to even. No, the Poison Mushroom as he's swinging down. That's going to save Mega Man for a bit maybe. 80% only on him. That's pretty good. Oh, his double hit with the spike ball coming at him. 57 to 114. Dedede in danger of 72%, taking some damage there as he's doing damage. Got it sort of back to even, but 76%, not a great place to be. Oh man, had the double mushroom advantage there for Dedede. The Poison Mushroom wears off of Mega Man. Super Mushroom now wears off of Dedede, but he's got a lot of damage down in the meantime. Mega Man, though, just tosses him off of the stage. It's not far enough, though. Dedede is going to make it back. He can puff his way back. Almost flying. Kind of. Or what you want to call that. Like Kirby, I guess. And Mega Man does get the knockout there eventually. 55 again. We're almost in the exact same spot as last time. Let's see if it continues this way. Mega Man, this would be another even obviously much bigger. Actually, never mind. Again, he was the one that did not have the upset against Bowser Jr. there, but this would be a huge upset against DDD for sure. The 11-9, taking down a 16-4. If he can handle it, we're all okay. Now isn't quite where we were at last time. I feel like he had a little more on DDD before the even stock came, but right now he's got the double mushroom advantage. Can he do anything with it? He's got some damage down. DDD back to normal. He was back to normal as well. 50 on DDD, nothing on Mega Man. Super Mushroom, Mega Man. He can close it out right here with one nice shot. Oh, the spike ball hits 3, 4. Yeah, that spike ball just did work. It just put DDD in. It just tied him back up in percent. The one spike ball. Incredible. And he takes the lead now. Poison Mega Man? No, they're normal. They're both normal size. Oh, super size King DDD. Oh, that is gonna do it. The poison mushroom falls on Mega Man for good measure, or bad measure in his case, I guess. And just barely, King DDD comes away with the victory there. Wow, that was close. Mega Man, what a valiant effort he had. This playoff run here. It's too bad to see it end, but he did a great job. We're gonna see him, number 8, next season in the green again. He's coming back for vengeance, King DDD. You better not rest on your laurels too much with how close that one was. But yeah, great win either way though for King DDD. He's gonna move on 16-4. He's gonna have a nice spot there somewhere in the top of the 16 fighter league playoffs. We'll see. We still got 2 matches here left, 2 that can go above him, Kazuya and Bowser. All right, it's Kazuya taking on Link. And we had these 2 upsets, which means these 2 bouts become even harder or even more of a difference in records. Instead of having the 12-8 Wolf here, it's the 10-10 Link taking on 16-4 Kazuya. But hey, he's here. Let's see what he can do. The poison mushroom almost eliminating him with that body slam from Kazuya at only 34%. Oh man, poison mushroom lasting just long enough for him to be eliminated by 2 big attacks from Kazuya. It's looking really bad for Link already. Super mushroom on Kazuya is going to take Link to 23. 44, 64 on his second stock already. 76. Are you kidding me, Link? You got to do something. There you go. That was pretty nice. Now he's got the super mushroom. Can he finish it? Another attack, but that was pretty weak there. He is another big one. That was it. Oh, but the super mushroom wears off as he's attacking. 85 on Kazuya. He needs to continue to deal the damage or he's just done here. If he allows Kazuya to do much of anything. Oh, Kazuya drops like a rock. He's back. He's okay. He's fine. NBD, he says. And yeah, Link, we got the, I don't know what you call that skin of his there, but we're using that one because I feel like he had another good blue one we could have used, but he has 2 other green ones that we've already used, so we didn't use this one yet, or the other blue one, but the other blue one has more white on it, and I feel like that's a better neutral skin in case we need that for when he's in the yellow, or probably just the yellow, because that's the only one he hasn't been in yet. This is his second blue skin we've seen, so we see both his blues, we've seen both his greens this season, both his reds last season. Yellow's the only division he has left to fight in. See what happens to him next season when he's there. But before that happens, let's see if he can do anything to Kazuya, so it's not a flawless defeat on his part. 161 on Kazuya, he can certainly do it. Come on, Link. Get that one knockout. 44 on his, oh no, 56 on his last stock, 63. Oh, he's got him on the side there. Not quite enough. Super Mushroom just gonna go off. No, he gets the Super Mushroom and then the Poison Mushroom. Okay, so absolutely nothing. Does get the knockout though. Okay, there you go, Link. There you go. Well, you made it again to round 2 where you lost last season. Losing here again this season. Again, after getting in with an upset. Just like you did last time. Yeah, eliminated by a number 1. And this is pretty much as good as a number 1. The way things are this season compared to last. Can't fault him. And hey, It's not like he was married to the green division anyway, since he was from the red initially. He's just kind of one of those. He's one of the travelers at the moment. There's about maybe half a dozen or so of them that have been moving every season. This is season 0 officially, but it's technically the second season we've done, and so this is the second time fighters have had a chance to move on. And yeah, we have about maybe a couple over half dozen, maybe about 8ish that are the travelers so far, the ones that have moved both times, going to be trying out a third division here, as Link is. But he's down, Kazuya's in, he's going to be better than Dedede, another 16-4 into the finals, into the league playoffs. And we got one match left to see if Bowser, the number 1 in the entire league, he would definitely be number 1 if he wins 18-2. No one would be tied with him for sure. See if he can pull off his easy victory as well, like this one. But you know Little Mac is going to be fighting back with everything he's got. Here we go. Little Mac. 9-11. Low record, but it does not matter. Just keep winning. Just keep winning, dude. This is really bad right here. Super Mushroom on Bowser. He was normal size, I guess, not poison, but he's already pretty small, so anytime Bowser gets a Super Mushroom, it's almost like a double size advantage. Because he's already got the size advantage just naturally. Nice attacks there from Little Mac, trying to tie this back up. He needs more. But that was good. That was a good start. Oh, Bowser. Oh, he's still in. Oh, man. Oh, that huge swipe coming in. Wow. That's a launch. 50, 60. Where it's going to end. Poison Mushroom on Little Mac. He's going to get one more hit in there. 75 on Bowser, but he is not having any luck against Bowser here. This big Koopa. Oh, there we go. Back to normal Poison Bowser. He does get some help there. 55% almost knocked out there. That actually might do it. I don't know if he can. Oh, he can get back because Bowser's going to help him. And keep resetting his recovery. And now he's here. Bowser, he loses one Super Mushroom, almost grabs another, but doesn't. So he remains normal. 80 on Little Mac, and that bar is just about to fill. There it is. He's got the knockout. And Bowser stands above him, but still Bowser, he's just so hefty, he doesn't get the knockout with the knockout. That's insane. 55 only on Bowser, though. That's another reason. If he had 55 when he got that hit, that probably would have been enough. Little Mac, unfortunately, is going to be knocked off there, and 55 on Bowser on that second stock. It should be, unfortunately, again, curtains for Little Mac at this point. Barring anything ridiculous happening, it's over. It's over. But wait a second, though. 98 on Bowser. If Little Mac can just get one clean hit, he can bring it right back to even. Not that even is very even against Bowser, but hey, there it is. 125, a good knockout. 33 on Little Mac and a Super Mushroom. What can he do? Bunny Hood to boot. He's not getting much. Got a little damage in there, but not much. Poison Mushroom as he comes back to the stage. Oh no. Bowser getting some hits. 64 on Little Mac. He's got the knockout. It's not going to be enough at the 21% Bowser, but it could still do damage, right? He blocks it. Bowser blocks it. What a nice shield there. I think that might have actually just been a regular block and not a shield. 31 on Poison Bowser, 90% on supersized Little Mac. Bowser back to normal size. No damage coming out. Little Mac, 101, normal size himself. And his dreams of playoffs are slowly ending. But the Super Mushroom, Poison Bowser again, Super Mushroom on Little Mac. You need to do damage, dude. He's not, though. He's not, though. 43 on Bowser, got one hit at least. That's all he's going to be able to get. 121 on him. No way you're going to live that long. You're really, when you have a situation like that, you just got to take advantage before that happens and Bowser just eliminates you in one little hit. Because that's all he needed. And Bowser's going to do it in a relatively short match. About even, about average match, but Little Mac did I mean, he did an okay job. He did what he could. He did what you could expect from a 9-11 against 18-2, the best in the entire league. But he's going to move on, Bowser. We're going to have all our top 4 competitors in the green moving on. And so that's that. Give him a round of applause. And we are going to move into our like final roundup here. And as we do so, we're going to just do a little, again, we're going to go over what just happened. But after that, spoiler alert for anybody, we will talk about what happened in the red division last video, and we'll also discuss the upcoming matches of the blue and the yellow divisions. So if you want to stay tuned for that, thank you. If not, then thanks for joining for this. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know who you think is going to win those upcoming blue and yellow division matchups. You can check them out if you want in other places. The description below will have them, things like that. But I hope to see you for those, and I'll catch you later. But yeah, we're going to jump into the post-match review now. All right, there it is. Our divisional round for the green division done. First round, Gunner defeating Corrin, Little Mac over Chrom, Piranha Plant over Villager, Link over Wolf, and Mega Man defeating Bowser Jr. Led us to Gunner against Piranha Plant, Gunner winning that one, Dedede defeating Mega Man, Kazuya beating Link, and Bowser beating Little Mac. So all those fighters losing in their second round, in their second match, except me, Gunner, the only one from today who won 2 matches, with the other ones all on buys going into that playoff round 2. So good job, Gunner. Good job to Bowser, Kazuya, and Dedede, of course. Good job to everybody in a very tough division. But that's that. We already know that Bowser is certainly at the very top of everything now that he's in. He's going to be number 1 in the league playoff standings for sure. And again, as we now have another division done, more is going to be fleshed out in those league standings, those 16. Now we only have 8 currently, but we have more. It's more than 4. And I'll tell you what, it's very interesting because while we had all the favorites win playoff round 1 of the red, we had 3 of 4 were upsets in the next round, and so we actually ended up with number 2 Donkey Kong, and then number 5 Pyra, number 6 Hero, and number 8 Simon. And those were actually some pretty low records altogether, all things considered. Donkey Kong 16-4, pretty good, but all the other ones are going to be at the bottom still. Pyra and Mithra 14-6, Hero 12-8, and Simon 10-10. If Corrin could have pulled off his win, then he would have ended up, even Little Mac at 9-11, he would have been the lowest. No, Simon remains the lowest at 10-10 there. He was number 8 though in the red. Bowser and Kazuya both. So we had the tie, and we talked about this whenever Donkey Kong had won, how this would work. Donkey Kong and Kazuya both winning, both going in, both 16-4, as well as King Dedede. Now Donkey Kong and Kazuya both going to beat King Dedede out because of their rank. King Dedede was ranked 3 in the green, Kazuya ranked 2 in the green. So obviously better than Dedede, but Donkey Kong was ranked 2 as well, but in the red. So Donkey Kong will beat Dedede out with the better rank there. However, being tied in both record and rank with Kazuya, we had to go and do an extra tiebreaker there to find out which of those 2 held that rank 2 or better for longer, for more sets in the regular season. Kazuya was only out of the top 2 6 different sets, 3 times in the very beginning, and then like a couple extra time, 3 times like in the middle somewhere where he was like number 3 and just out of it. Donkey Kong had a few more than that, at least. I didn't count them all because I knew it was more than 6, so it didn't matter. Kazuya had that tiebreaker, and so Kazuya is going to be number 2 tentatively going into the league playoffs, but that's a nice spot to be because 16-4, you're not going to come by that very much more often because Ganondorf, number 1, that's what he has. Incineroar, number 1, that's what he has in the green and the blue and yellow respectively. Those are the only other 16-4s in the entire league, and so you're looking at, including Dedede there, you're looking at, I guess maybe not including Dedede, you're looking at your top 5 for sure. Bowser, Kazuya, DK. There's 2 other ones that could go up there. They would pass Dedede up because they're both ranked 1 in 16-4, or Dedede again ranked 3. But still, DD just fine. If one of those loses, though, he would be top 5. Not that that necessarily matters. It's all just about rank at that point, between 1 and 16, where you fall. Of course, if you're 1 through 8, then you're sort of like the favorited fighter, if you will, on the left side again. But yeah, after DDD, who's rank 4 tentatively right now, we have the rank 5 Me Gunner. So all the green right there, and then we have the last 3 of the red, all below them, because Gunner is 15 and 5. We have 14 and 6 Pyra and Mithra, 12 and 8 Hero, 10 and 10 Simon. So that's where those 8 all fall all together now. And also, by the way, only 6 15 and 5 pluses are left to go. So Me Gunner, basically, again, he's tentatively number 5 right now. He's basically going to be top 10 and has a really good chance at top 8. Also because 4 of those 6 that are 15 and 5 or better are in the blue. So what are the chances that all 4 of them win? I mean, maybe a decent chance, just like here, Ganon, Sora, Steve, and Banjo. It's possible they could, but that's actually, blue is the toughest division. The best records in the top 8 there. It took 12 and 8 to get into the top 8 in the blue, and there was no other division that was like that. So it's going to be the toughest for sure, even for the best in that division to get in. And speaking of those guys, they are going to be next up. It's going to be Banjo taking on Palutena, Snake versus Inkling, Captain Falcon against Wario, Roy versus Meta Knight, and Cloud against Ness. Got Ganondorf, Sora, and Steve there, as mentioned, on the buys. And then for the yellow division, to finish up the divisional play, got Min Min against Ice Climbers, Olimar versus Joker, Sephiroth taking on Game & Watch, Robin versus Richter, and Isabelle against Ike. We got Incineroar, Me Sword Fighter, and Ridley, the buys for the yellow there. So that is that, my friends. I hope to see you for those last 2 division matchups, days, and then we have 2 days of the league playoffs, and then it's it. That's it. That's going to be all. 4 days away from the end of the season. Hope you stuck with me through all this. Again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know who you think is going to make it. Always curious to know your thoughts. But until then, guys, I'm Randy with Nerds Templar in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace out.